All right, ladies and gentlemen, fellow decoders around the world, wherever you may be, both male and female, my name is Logan, and this is Decode Your Reality. And today, I got a lot of requests on this, and I thought I would throw together a really short presentation to show you. Maybe you're new here, which is fine. I welcome all new members. If you're new, have a very open mind. What I'm about to show you, if you're new, is what I call a scripted reality. You see, life is a movie. You're inside of a movie. This guy right here is a movie star. And his job is to get your attention. He's essentially an agent, Mr. Smith. And he probably doesn't even know that. I don't know Trump. I'm sure he's a nice guy. And I know a lot of you like him. That's totally fine. That's the job of this character, to get you to either like him or hate him, to get you engaged in the game. And then it's job well done. See, when you detach from the mainstream and you realize it's just a big show, then you get to take your energy back and do something else with it, which is maybe pay more attention to your family, maybe have more love in your life, etc., etc. So this is going to be scripted surrender, in parentheses, again. Because that's exactly what these things are all about. The mainstream is all scripted. And it ain't mankind scripting it, by the way. Too many moving parts. Everybody would have to be on the conspiracy. No way, no how. This is ruled by the supernatural, whatever that looks like. Let's begin. Scripted surrender decoded. This indictment, 41 count indictment, accuses Trump and others. And notice that he has 13 counts. And I go right to mathematics. Now, if you're new and you're like, well, what does this mean? You got to watch more of my videos. This is a very short presentation. 41 is the 13th prime number. 13 is the number of magic through creation, by the way. 13 or 31 is the number of magic through creation. That's what 13 means. 41 is tied to Elohim, if you're a fan of theology. 41 is tied to Paradise Ranch, which is called Area 51. How does that fit into it? Well, go do some research. I have a video out on Area 51. More to show on that in a little bit. So Trump spent a little more than 20 minutes at the jail. He was processed and released. And here's his booking number. P011-35809. Of course, it's so easy to see this ridiculous script playing out. And it's just fun to me because it's like watching a movie. I turn on Netflix or Amazon Prime or a movie. It's the same thing. Same thing. At least you know that movie's fake. See, most of you think this is real. It's getting your energy, which is propelling it forward. Anyway, you can clearly see, using Chaldean, the oldest known numerology cipher, you're going to see I don't deviate away from it at all. Once you add other ciphers in, it gives you more chances to connect the dots, making it much easier as a decoder. Chaldean is the top dog cipher, the oldest known numerology cipher on the planet. There you go. It's telling you you're inside of a simulation. Okay, 35. How about the bail bonds company that got him out? He hired this company right here, Foster Bail Bonds LLC. That's a direct match, 66 to his birth certificate name, 66. 66 books in the Bible. I wonder why that is. And I wonder why they blow trumpets in the Bible. And there's the Trump. And then Pence, when he was office with Pence. Is there any connection there? Of course there is. It's all a movie, folks. All of it is a movie. Don't get suckered into it. And then it's just Foster, right? Bail bonds is the et cetera, et cetera. Foster is the name, which just so happens to have a numerology output to match Trump's birth card. How about that? So not only do we get it with the full numerology and his birth certificate name, but then we get the Foster and the three diamonds. And I thought was so interesting is like they're fostering him. Like, what does a foster parent do? That's the comedy. This is the comedy in this reality. What does a foster parent do? Takes the child under its wing. This bail bond's taking Trump under its wing, and it matches his birth card? Seriously? Yeah, okay. But we're not living in the scripted reality. Mankind's not running a damn thing down here. They're just along for the ride. How about this funny stuff? Here's the address for Fulton County Jail where he surrendered. Notice it's 33 letters. When you spell it all out, 33 letters matching the latitude of the zip code. Uh-oh, there's that notorious 33, must be the Jesuits or the Masons doing this. No, ladies and gentlemen, that's old news. They're not doing anything. They are being used just like everybody else in this reality. Just because you see the 33, don't just link it right to any of those propaganda nonsense things that the decoding world has come out with, because it's nonsense. You got to dig deeper. The full numerology of the address is 141. You place that into mathematics now to get you the source code. We're ruled by letters, numbers, and symbols. Like a coder writing software for a program, our reality is dived into letters, numbers, and symbols. And the mathematical expression of the golden ratio is where it's at, 141. Not only is that pi, 3.141, but it appears at digit 457. And what is the 457 tied to? It's a prime number. It's not just any prime number, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 88th prime number. Why is this important? Because it's tied to the ancient Egyptian sun god called Ra. If you're a fan of the Law of One, it's tied right to Ra. Libra, if you're a Libra, if you're a Libra in astrology, if you have a sun in Libra, the Ra's there. Okay? Ra. And this is what seems, and what is this tied to? Well, I'll tell you right now. Kronos, Saturn. Kronos, Saturn is Ra, tied right to it. And I'm going to get into the astrological map for this short presentation. So if you're not, if you don't really know much about astrology, do the best you can. But ladies and gentlemen, you want to see the scripted reality of how this whole thing turned out? So not only do we add in all the layers of the mathematics and the numerology and the cards and all the dates and all that stuff lined up and the prime numbers, but now we get into the astrological map above. This is the great beast above, the Stargate. And look at all the things that are in alignment for this event to happen on August 24th. August 24th. Why the 24th? Well, you're going to see right here in the 8th house of Scorpio, you have Saturn there, Kronos, in the 24th nakshatra. Why did Elon Musk change Twitter from the bird to the letter X? Why all this X stuff? Well, if you know exactly what that means, you'll have more keys to the kingdom. You're going to start to see it. The sound of freedom, the sound of crypto, this is all a big push towards cryptocurrency, moving us into the age of Aquarius. There it is, Aquarius. And who is inside of Aquarius? Kronos. Okay, Aquarius is the 11th sign, and Trump went to court to get justice served. And again, it's a movie. I don't care if he was right or wrong, if he did it or he didn't. Who cares? It's all a simulation anyway. But this is how tightly woven it is from the as above. Justice. He goes to court. The 11th card matches the 11th zodiac sign. Kronos is there. What do you think Kronos represents? The judge. Now, he didn't have to go before a judge. Maybe he did. But what's across the way here? The sun. See, we're the sons and daughters of God. Right across the way from Kronos was the sun at his time of surrender. Right here. In the 10th nakshatra called Magha. Now, I correlate these to the tarot cards. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Wheel of Fortune. And you know where this card sits? In the house of Capricorn. Who runs the house of Capricorn? Kronos. So you have Trump getting to have to spin the Wheel of Fortune here, as he is the Son of God. Obviously, this is correlating to Kronos being God, being Ra, okay? Being Ra. And he gets a 41-page indictment. And if you watched my Astro Alchemy Decoded, I showed you the number 41 is tied to the 5th house of astrology, right here. So he gets this 41-page indictment right here. And the 13 sits in the middle. All 13 sit in the middle. So it just shoots all the way across, and he gets judged by Kronos. And it just so happens that the date numerology for August 24th, 2023 is 21. And there you have it. There is the Shiva, the destroyer, plutonium, Hades, Prometheus, in the 21st nakshatra, in the sign of Capricorn. See, this will not work through the tropical astrology because it puts Pluto in Aquarius. It'll have a different format. You'll have to do the different interpretation of it. And at the very top here, I have the Magician card because you have Jupiter here. And Jupiter obviously is right at the midheaven point. And the midheaven point is tied to the as above, and Aries is the number one sign, and there's the magician. So this is magic going on. These all play a role. They all share space on this chart. It's a team effort here. Could have brought in so many other layers to this on how this works, but the standouts were clear. Kronos being in the 24th nakshatra. That's why he even posted this on Twitter, which has the letter X. It's right there. He was surrendered on the 24th. It's right there. Kronos being in the 24th nakshatra in the 11th sign of Aquarius. This is the 11th card. You can start to see the pictures. This is a scripted reality, folks, and they're not coding it this way to get it out like this. No way. So when you start to see it for what it is, you're going to start to see you're in a movie and your energy is being harvested. And your energy is being harvested by your emotional reaction. See, if you're thinking this whole thing is real, and you're giving it your energy, and you're fighting on it, and you're calling your friend, you're sharing this stuff. You're just sharing the energy. You're marketing. You're not even getting paid to support the political movement that you don't even have a choice in. There's no election. It's all selection. Your voice means nothing in the scripted reality. Zero, zilcho, nada, nothing. You're in a movie. Your energy is being harvested when you partake in these kinds of things. That's my final answer, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for today. My name is Logan. Decode your reality. Until next time, we will see you later.